Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the dark side. I am Paul. I've got a Rose behind the camera.
Hello.
It's just the two of us tonight. It may be on Wednesdays
Yeah,
for a while.
I kind of threw around the idea of doing like Dark Side Unplugged with like lower lighting and like kind of intimate is the wrong word.
Yeah,
And it can be guerrilla style. I can just hold my phone
avant-garde.
and have it be
Yeah.
all wobbly.
No, I'm all for that.
I know.
Yeah.
You love a Dutch cut, big old thing.
Using film terms she doesn't understand.
Hey, I know what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Zoom.
I see that there are 3 people watching us. Chances are you are not new people, but I'll go over the spiel anyway.
Chances are one of you is Christian.
If this is your first time watching us, click the link below, fill out the form. We invoice right after the live show, and as sooner you pay, the sooner we ship.
I've got some stuff ready to ship out tonight.
Yes. So I guess first we're going to go over some new books this week. Had a late night last night, so I didn't get to read as much as I wanted to.
And I didn't pay attention at work, so I read more than I thought.
You know, your boss is one of the people watching this.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to start off with Justice League Last Ride issue number 4. Last Ride has been a great series. Like, this has taken me back to like the Justice League that I read in the 90s. Like, it's a good team cohesion. And what's the opposite of cohesion? Adhesion. Yeah, there's a bit of a rift between some of the members, but it's been awesome. Chip Zdarsky is killing it. I hope he does more Justice League stories. I don't know how long this story is, but it's awesome.
I noticed that you pulled the variant.
I did. I pulled the variant because we don't have any of the A cover left, and the Martian Manhunter is one of my favorite DC characters.
Yes, he is.
And he's very, very crucial to this story.
Yes, he is. So it's interesting. So this book is pretty hot. I mean, if we don't have any of the main issue left, which it's not super often, we run out of main issues for the big 2, I think.
That's not too often, no.
I think people are catching on that it's a really good story.
I'd like to think so, because it's a really good story. It's the best Justice League I've read in a long time.
Hey.
And that's counting like the metal books.
Okay.
Which I found to be very tedious. Next up, I'm going to grab both of these at the same time. Hellboy. The Secret of the Chessborough House, issue 2 of 2. This is the year of Mignola. Every month he releases a new title. Some of them are ongoing or miniseries. Some of them are one-shots. This was a 2-parter. He had a lot of time last year to sit around and come up with stories.
Oh, well, I mean, that's somebody like him. All you need is time.
Yeah.
Like, there's no scraping the bottom of the well.
And issue 4 of The House of Lost Horizons, a Sarah Jewell mystery. Rose is loving it.
I am loving it. I'm catching up tonight, but that's my plan. I plan to catch up tonight. And then there's only one issue left. I'm just going to be like chomping up a bit for it.
Yep. This is in the Mignola-verse, or the Outerverse as he calls it. It's in the same universe as Hellboy, but this is a good old classic Agatha Christie murder mystery in an isolated house. But there's supernatural elements.
Love it. Love it.
Next up is a book that Rose is enjoying.
I am enjoying it.
I haven't read it.
Yeah, so AWA. Oh, another AWA that I like. The other one that I read last night was AWA. Anyway, Fight Girls is it's a ton of fun. Like, if you like the Hunger Games, you will like Fight Girls. So, basic concept: you have 10 women in extreme,
four challenges with one crown.
Oh yeah, it's right there. Fights to the death in crazy nature and scenarios and circumstances. There's surprises aplenty, and then some intrigue.
Is that Gamera?
That is a big turtle. Anyway, I'm really enjoying it.
I'll have to check it out. AWA has been super solid with their creative teams, with their writers, their artists. They've just been like pulling all the good people.
I mean, I know a lot of people. Well, Frank Cho is known for a specific style.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like this title is like exploitative in any way. Like, it does not focus on the hypersexualization of these women. It's just big monsters and backstabbing, literally. Although they do wear bikinis.
This was a really fun one. I'm looking forward to reading the rest of this. Batman 89. This is a continuation of the Michael Keaton cinematic universe. This specifically focuses on Harvey Dent, which is
Billy D. Williams.
Billy D. Williams,
which a really cool variant cover with him on it.
Yes. It's a good setup so far. Takes place at Halloween, so issue 6 should be coming around Halloweeny time.
Is it a short Halloween?
One
One thing that's also cool about that one, they're doing something a little different with Barbara Gordon. Kind of changing the continuity, pulling it away from the Burton movies. So I'm interested to see what they do with that.
It's interesting. I mean, there wasn't a Barbara Gordon in the Keaton movies.
Wondering if she'll replace. I mean, in that verse, Keaton didn't do, the fourth one, but.
Another one I didn't read, but I am all for it. Jeff Lemire's The Unbelievable Unteens, part of his Black Hammer verse, with art by Tyler Crook, who did Harrow County, and he's an amazing artist.
I liked this book.
Yes.
I very much liked this book.
Of course you did.
Yeah.
There's not a doubt in my mind.
I very much liked it. It does seem very Black Hammer. Like when you mention that it's not like in the same universe-ish kind of thing. It's very aware of itself. Completely aware of itself. Basically, it's focused on this indie comic artist / writer who has a book, and one of her characters comes to talk to her, which is weird. And
it happens
maybe
sometimes.
He exists. Maybe she's a whole part of a thing. I don't know. I don't trust him.
Well,
I'll say that. I don't trust him.
The whole Black Hammer conceit is stories within stories. It's very reminiscent of Sandman in that way, where it's stories within stories within stories.
Well, I mean, it's not really spoiling too much. He's like, "Hey, we got to get the band back together." And he's like, "Let's go!" And I'm like, don't like it. Don't like it.
I'm very excited to read it. I tend to read the Black Hammer stuff when it comes out in trade, or more specifically, hardcover. So I'll probably read that first issue and then wait for it.
You love your collected works.
I do. They're just so nice looking. Another DC title. Milestone returns. Hardware #1. So far, we've had Static return, we've had Icon and Rocket return, and now we have Hardware. And if you are an old school fan, we also have the original #1 polybagged, still polybagged for $15. But if you just want to get caught up on what's going on in the Dakotaverse right now, Hardware #1.
They're putting some love into those series.
Yeah.
So I'm excited about that.
And a really cool thing, the sharing art duties is Dennis Cowan and Bill Sienkiewicz. Sienkiewicz is a favorite. The covers of this book are very reminiscent of some of his stuff. And Dennis Cowan's a great dude.
Yes, he is. I fully agree.
Next up, we both read this, right?
Yes.
And you weren't confused at all.
It's not for beginners.
Well, it is for beginners because this it's a setup. This whole issue is a setup. Defenders number one, setting up the team.
Mhm.
Some characters that may not be on the forefront of people's consciousness, but it's Al Ewing. I'm excited to see what happens. The end. There's you mentioned you didn't know who it was at the end.
That big, beautiful splash page.
Uh-huh.
No.
Yeah. Oh well, that I don't know, but the woman
Yeah.
is
Oh yeah, that's very cool.
that's Galactus's mom shows up. There's not Galactus's mom. It's what's his name? I forget his real name.
I don't know.
But we also have a really lovely Peach Momoko variant cover for that.
Mm-hmm.
Forgot his name.
Silver Surfer.
No, Galactus's real name. I used to know it because it's a good
Now
weird
it's gonna
name.
bother me. Even so, or something like that.
No,
I don't know who that one is.
that's Apocalypse.
You were right.
Six Sidekicks of Trigger Keaton number 3. I read the first 2 issues. I didn't read this one. Rose did. She's
Yeah.
loving this. I'm really surprised that how much she likes this book.
I adore it. I absolutely adore this book. It's so funny. It is so funny. It's like Hollywood whodunit.
Mm-hmm.
There are 6 former sidekicks of just a real charmer
Mm-hmm.
who is definitely not
Chuck Norris.
Chuck Norris. Also, Chuck Norris.
Uh-huh.
Trigger Keaton. His character name in like his big breakout show was Martial Law,
Mhm.
which is just great.
Mhm.
Love it. But yeah, it's really cool. And Kyle Starks, the writer, is kind of a genius. And I told him that, and he said, "Thank you for reading my book." And I was like, ah. And I'm determined to have a shout out on the back of these issues. I'm determined. I'm gonna get it.
Mm-hmm. Just
Yeah,
for you or the store?
Ah.
Another one I didn't get to, but have been following, Eve number 4. I have been loving this book. Just from word of mouth, we've been selling out of this. We sold out of the first issue, sold out of the second issue, just from people picking it up and saying, "Yeah, you're right. This is good."
Yeah, it continues to be phenomenal. The world is so much bigger than she is,
Mm-hmm.
and
She's such a good character. She's so well written.
yeah, and I don't know how she continues going on. Like it's issue,
Eternal optimism.
like more really hard stuff hitting her, and she's approaching it kind of like not with like the wonderment of it, but like the thought processes of a child. Like I'm going to deal with this much,
Mm-hmm.
and not concerned with like how it impacts everything, which is nice. It's a little bit of a play on like kind of like the child messiah kind of trope thing, which I like. And now we might have evil twins or not.
Ooh, they do look alike. Except one is wearing a fishbone shirt.
And as a band-aid.
Next up, issue 3 of Bunny Mask. Friend of the store, friend of the show, Andre Moody, creeping it up.
Just creeping it.
It's hard to go into the plot of this because it's pretty weird. It's pretty creepy. Beautiful artwork, beautifully creepy artwork.
Yeah. I mean, the man knows a watercolor.
Mm-hmm. He definitely does.
Yeah. And
So
what I also like about it is a lot of watercolors can tend to like really lean into being like kind of amorphous.
mhm.
I don't think that's he has a very structured art style,
Yes,
but it's
there's form to his forms.
Mm-hmm.
We still have issues 1 and 2 because I made sure to stock up on it because it's good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And my favorite book of the week.
We fought over it. We fought over it last night.
Cinnamon, number 1 from Behemoth Comics, from Victoria Douglas. She writes and draws, and I believe colors and does lettering. She does the whole thing, I believe. This is the C cover because we sold out of the A and the B cover. Which, I mean, we only ordered a couple because Behemoth
Sure.
is hard to tell like what their books
It's
are going to be
smaller.
like.
It's smaller. Yeah.
But I read this last night. It is genius storytelling. It's essentially a house cat. The owner of a house cat brings home some catnip, and the cat starts going crazy for it. The owner puts it in the cabinet above the counter, and then we see the story from the cat's perspective. And the cat is a badass, wears a leather jacket, and it's a biker, and it's like, I'm gonna do this. And it's like he imagines that his owner is like a terrorist, and like they're holding captors in this high rise, which is the cabinet. And it's just like it cuts back and forth from this badass cat to just this cute big-eyed cat. It's adorable. It's hilarious. It is amazing.
Okay, so I'm gonna be quiet for the next 10 minutes while I read this.
And as soon as I came in this morning at 8:30 this morning, I ordered more copies.
I want it. Basically, there was like only one issue that we could read between the two of us,
Yeah.
and he took it.
I did, and I read it, and I loved it. I also read she has like a notes at the back. She went to Columbus College of Art and Design in Columbus, Ohio, and I used to take Saturday classes there.
Hey.
Yeah, I had a scholarship for 2 summers.
Hey.
And moving on to the last new item we've got this week. If you happened to watch us last night when we did a impromptu live show, I spent half the show just sitting here reading this.
Quietly to yourself.
Did you hear what Eddie Gein done by crime author Harold Schechter and creator of The Goon, Eric Powell?
It's very Goon art. Like, as soon as you said that, I was like, oh, yeah.
It's like, it's wonderful. And it's, it's the story of Ed Gein. If you don't know who that is, I pity you.
Is it Gein? Is it Gein?
Gein.
Is it Gein?
As far as I know. Through all the documentaries and songs I've heard.
Ooh. I just Googled him.
Yeah. He's not a good looking dude.
No, it's not that. I'm not going, ooh, he's hideous. I'm like, He had a book a couple of years ago, Hell's Princess, The Mystery of Belle Gunness, Butcher of Men. So,
are you talking about Harold Schechter?
Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds awesome.
Yeah, he's a...
Oh, no, I wasn't looking up.
Ed Gein. That's what I thought you were looking at.
That's fair. Oh,
yeah.
Between 1902 and 1908, she lured a succession of unsuspecting victims to her Indiana murder farm.
Oh, yeah. I know that story.
Ooh, I want to read. Oh, the rarest of female psychopaths.
I know that story.
Gosh.
And she would like claim insurance on them. Yeah.
I will read that book. That is awesome.
Well, get Eric Powell to do a graphic novel version.
Yeah. Or, oh yeah, Gory's dead, isn't he?
Who? Edward Gorey?
He's been dead a long time.
Yeah. I think so. I don't know.
That calendar that my dad got me that one time. I told you about it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Famous murderesses.
Yeah.
I think that shaped a lot of my life. Anyway.
There were, of course, other new releases this week. These are the ones that we got around to. These are the ones that interested us.
I mean, there's some big stuff, like in DC. Well, no, in Marvel, Miles Morales, the Clone Saga Fallout, because the Clone Saga is wrapping up, and so big things happening permanently. And no, they're not kidding, was like the tagline kind of a thing. DC news, big DC news. Tim Drake.
Oh yeah.
That was interesting. And then I guess they're not even going to come back to it until like December.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, fine. All good. That was a bit of a shakeup.
I guess.
I mean, some people have very strong opinions on things.
Yeah, some people are entitled to their opinions.
And have too much time to have strong opinions on things.
Yes.
But we don't have time.
We don't.
What are we going to do?
We're going to look at old books.
Okay.
We're going to start off on the lighter side of the price range.
Okay. Are
Yep.
we switching? Or you wanna
Yes.
stay up here?
We'll switch.
We'll switch. There you go. Just 2 books.
Just $2.
Captain Marvel, Fantastic Four, $15 each. 2 for 30.
We've got Captain Marvel, number 18, graded about a 4 for $15. This is the death of Jan Rog. And this is the issue where Carol Danvers gets her superpowers.
Ooh.
It's in rough shape, but it's only $15. I was hesitant to put it at a 4.
Mhm.
Technically, it's probably a 4. Emotionally, it's a 3.
Okay. I like that. Emotionally, it's a 3.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
$15. Very key issue in the life of Carol Danvers.
Cameo by Annette Bening.
No.
All right, fine.
Fantastic Four 140 for $15. Also graded at a 4. This is emotionally a 4. This one I don't feel bad grading at a 4.
I don't understand.
This features the origin of Annihilus.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope when he shows up in the movies, he's a big pink and green guy.
Wow. With very stubby spikes on his pauldrons.
Yes. Next up, another $15 one. We have the first comic book to feature the rock band Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
Kiss's first appearance in comic books. Another new release that came out today was yet another Kiss comic book.
Really?
Yep.
I missed that one.
Yep,
Did we get any?
we got a few.
Huh. Kiss and Tell in the Psycho Ward.
We've had this before.
We've had this
Mhm.
before.
This is a new copy.
This is a new. Oh, we sold it.
Just purchased this week.
We can't hold on to this. Flying off the shelf.
Actually, I sold one on Tuesday, but we had a previous one on the show months ago. Last Tuesday, not yesterday, Tuesday.
And which Kiss is that?
Which Kiss?
Which of the Kisses?
What?
Is that Gene Simmons?
That's he's in the band, yeah.
It was. I meant that on the cover.
That's Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
Howard the Duck number 13. Where's the number? 13.
Great.
That person right there, I believe that's his girlfriend. Howard the Duck's
Howard's
girlfriend.
girlfriend.
Yeah.
Caroline Ray. Caroline Ray.
The comedian?
Yeah.
No? What are you talking about?
Who played his girlfriend in the movie?
Leah Thompson.
That's who I meant. She played Caroline in the City. That's why. And then I thought her last name was REA, but her first name is LEA.
Yeah.
It was
Moving
there.
on.
Yeah.
King Size Special Captain America Annual number 1. Just a retelling of Captain America's origin story. $12, graded out of 4.
Good old Americana.
Here we've got backup stories that are a 2-parter. We've got Thor number 146 at a 5 for $20. The backup story is The Origin of the Inhumans, part 1.
We just got an angry reaction. So it's like I can see how many people, and then if they like it or whatever, there's an angry, and I hovered over it, and it's John Eidson, who's mad that we're showing new stuff because he doesn't have time to watch tonight. I'm so sorry, John.
Issue 146 of Thor. I am also sorry, John, but it's our job.
Literally our job.
It's literally what we are paid to do. Issue 147, the backup story, second ongoing origin of the Inhumans, with a really good Loki cover.
With a huge Loki fist.
Yes.
He's beefy.
And we got an Odin in the back cheering on
Just
his sons fighting.
taking a lava bath, it looks like.
This is a fun one. In 1994, we've got an Amazing Spider-Man ash can. And it is in excellent shape. The ash cans often don't make it this long in life.
Correct.
So we've got that for $10.
Just in case somebody wants to know, explain ash can.
Ash cans were traditionally smaller just a few pages of a comic, kind of a preview, which they were often either free or like this one was 75 cents. Give you a sense of the book that you that's coming out.
Mm-hmm. And
So
they didn't do it for every issue.
no.
Mm-hmm. Neat.
Here's a second printing in excellent condition. Superman number 75, the second printing of The Death of Superman for $10.
I mean,
It's in like perfect condition.
and that was a big story.
It was a big story. The trade paperbacks take up 5 volumes.
Well, of the Death and Return and like all the different color ones and stuff like that too.
Yep.
Yeah. But I mean, just like that one issue.
Yeah, that was like comic books in mainstream news. It was just bizarre.
That was one of the first. I think that was the first non-Archie book I ever bought.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been like 5 when that came out.
Yeah.
Okay. Little Star Wars.
Little Star Wars as a treat.
X-Wing Rogue Squadron number 1. The ongoing adventures of what's his face?
Poe Dameron.
No, I forget his name. Wedge Antilles.
I saw a white guy who was a fighter pilot.
This is Rogue Squadron.
Luke.
This is from the 90s. $15.
That would have been crazy though.
A little more Star Wars. Droids number 1 of 6 from Dark Horse, with an embossed cover.
That's beautiful. That's like in really nice shape.
This would be a 9, except this little corner right here has a little stub to it.
Yeah, that's gorgeous. I like that against the stark black like that.
Yeah, like this would be great to frame.
That's really nice.
Here I got 2 copies of one of the great key books of the 80s, Batman Year 1, Batman number 404, Year 1, Part 1. This copy has a very, very small rip on the back, right in the center, where people thumb through.
Mm-hmm.
So that got that for $12. But I also have one for $18, which is in much better shape.
Nicer.
No rip on the back.
I mean,
Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, not yet. I've said before, like one of my favorite cosplays that I've ever seen at a con is people as Martha and Thomas, and they'll run up to a Batman and then just like collapse in front of them. Like she'll have like her pearls spilled and stuff. It's pretty great.
Yes, that sounds emotionally stable.
Well, hey, it's me.
This is for Eric if you're watching. New Mutants number 1, perfect condition, $18.
With Cannonball, Sunspot, Marini's there, some others. Gosh, I just don't know. And then there's X. There's Big Mr. X. Wolfsbane? Is that a thing?
That is a thing. So,
Danny Moonstar is also a thing.
also a thing.
Hey, look at me. I know comics.
Yeah. Don't believe her. She's reading off a list.
I've got my phone like, who's in the New Mutants? Hey Siri, who's in the New Mutants? Maisie Williams. No.
So that's our first little batch of back issues. Let us know if you have any questions. We'll let you stare at it for a little bit.
Yeah, it's quiet. It's very, very quiet in the comments.
Mm-hmm.
I think people are just using this as soothing background noise.
Oh, wouldn't that be weird?
Yeah, like chill beats to study to.
Yeah.
Except just a couple of idiots.
Couple of morons chatting away
and lying about comics.
Just wait for the frowny reacts again.
Yeah, I feel bad. John, such a good friend of the show. And then he was on yesterday because we had a very impromptu show on the Shopping Network because somebody couldn't make it, and we were like, "Well, dang it, we're gonna do it." and it turned out really nice. I was very happy with that. But he was like, he made a special request that we not show new stuff today because he couldn't watch it. But we've still got plenty of stuff for him. I've got X books to talk to him about. So, Leah Thompson.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Caroline.
Yeah.
Caroline Ray.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yikes, indeed.
Also, I did look it up. Death of Superman. I was 6.
Yeah.
I was 6.
All right.
So that was 92.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
I was in middle school.
cool. Where were you when you heard that Superman died?
My dad didn't buy comic books, so I had to read my friend's comic books, and his dad would buy him stuff, so I read it there.
Mm-hmm.
I read Batman Nightfall through him. I read some of the X-Men books at the time
Mm-hmm.
through him. I actually traded him and got an X-Men shirt from him.
Hey,
I forget what shirt I traded him, though.
do you still have it?
I do.
I believe it. Yes. Is it in your rotating collection or is it
No,
sealed
it's,
away?
it's sealed away. It probably still fits because he was a heavier set young boy, and like it still fit me when I was in high school. So
Mhm. Do you look like you did in high school?
exactly,
With a beard.
exactly. Scruffy, gray hair.
Yeah. I mean, me too. I probably still have my cheerleading outfit. I can definitely still fit into that.
All right, let's move on. See if we can wake up the viewers that are dwindling.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we got Christian, but he's hard at
Christian
work.
is working, so we have 2 people watching. Deadpool, The Circle Chase, issue number 1, which I was corrected on last night because this is the first Deadpool miniseries,
Mhm.
and I was mistaken on a previous one. Well, I guess a post one. The following one I thought was the first one.
The one from 95.
94. This is 93.
Hmm.
I got 2 copies of this number 1, both in excellent shape for $20 each.
Yeah, you showed the miniseries and people were like, oh, blah blah blah. Circle Chase. I was like, oh, well, if only we had that. And I look over,
Yeah.
Christian's literally holding it. I was like, oh, cool.
And speaking of Christian, these are just for him. I hope you're watching, Christian. Daredevil number 183. The first battle between the Punisher and Daredevil. I think Daredevil gets shot. I'm not sure. But I mean, $18. I got it at an 8+ because it's perfect except for there's a little crease right here.
Tim with the sass, who we're gonna see on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Another one for Christian. Issue 241. The first battle between the Punisher and Captain America.
Those boots. On both.
Got that for $30. Excellent shape. Wolverine number 10. First appearance of Sabretooth in the Wolverine solo series. The only reason I have this at an 8 is because the cover is supposed to be a white like this.
Ah.
So it's a little off-white. It's got some aging to it. But the book itself is impeccable.
So, why do you think that happened?
Light.
Yeah. It was like just out
Yeah.
like on display too long.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It just absorbs light. Changes the...
I mean,
the
you can
paper.
even just compare it to the Captain America decks.
Yeah. Yeah, and the Captain America is probably 6 or 7 years older.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The Giant Size Special, Captain Marvel number 1. This is another copy of this that we've come across. We keep selling it because everybody loves Monica Rambeau.
Mm-hmm. I love Monica Rambeau.
Or everybody's just speculating on the movies.
That's also possible.
We got that for $20. It is in really, really good shape.
I'm more of a next wave Monica Rambeau fan, but still awesome as Captain Marvel.
Let's see if we can get some of that glare off. Hey, we got another Punisher. And I wish I put this with the rest of them, because we got the first battle between Wolverine and the Punisher.
Ooh.
Punisher War Journal number 6. Again, in excellent condition.
How many issues of Punisher War Journal were there?
Ask Christian. I want to say there was a lot, but at the same time, I don't know.
Well, because there were also like sub-series and things like that too. Like smaller collections within.
Christian, when you get a minute, answer that for Rose. This is a really fun, weird one-off Spider-Man Special Edition. This was a mail-away comic as a fundraiser for UNICEF. You had to send away for this to UNICEF.
Okay. Like, huh.
Yeah,
Interesting.
very weird.
So it's like the proceeds went to UNICEF kind of thing?
Yes. There is a fold-out poster that is still perfectly intact in here.
Or you could only use donations you got for UNICEF to buy it,
I don't know.
which is not as good. Interesting.
So yeah, was never sold on the general market.
Shift that a little bit.
You don't want to glare.
Yeah, the Spider-Man issue, Virgin cover. Well, no, it wouldn't be Virgin then.
That's the best I can do. How about some New Gods?
New Gods. Wait, is there a crazy guy on a motorbike?
No.
Newer
That's-
New Gods.
You're thinking of the Forever People.
I am thinking of the Forever People. I apologize.
No, in this you get Orion on a footed jetpack.
Oh, like the
Is that Orion? I don't know the New Gods. $25.
it's kind of like the jetpacks that people do like on top of
Yeah,
water.
on the water. Yeah.
And he also kind of just looks like Peacemaker.
There's only so many designs.
This is true.
We got some New Gods number 5 as well. $18 or $12. Completely up to you.
And yeah, you don't follow New Gods too much.
I don't.
Hmm.
I like the old gods. They're vengeful and full of spite.
Rah. Yeah.
Speaking of old gods, there's Thor fighting Submariner. Submariner number 59. Graded at a 6 for $30. If you hear thunder, it's just my stomach rumbling, guys.
Yeah, you are grumbly.
I don't know why.
But I swear, like, there was, for the longest time, you put a lineup of New Gods, Forever People,
Mhm.
Eternals, and oh gosh, is that with a U? They had a really bad series.
The Inhumans
The Inhumans.
starts with a U.
It's a vowel. But seriously,
I'd
the Unhumans.
read the Inhumans.
But it's like if you put a lineup of any of those, I couldn't have told you who goes where
Mhm.
for the longest time.
Well, it's all Jack Kirby's fourth world.
Mhm.
Well, except for the Inhumans, because that's Marvel.
But
His artwork is very
influenced
artwork.
heavily.
Creature on the Loose number 30, first appearance of Man Wolf.
Mm.
Rose is trying not to choke on her water. She's not familiar with Man Wolf.
Love it.
Do you know why you're going to be familiar with Man Wolf in the near future?
Why?
Because actor Tyrese Gibson has signed on a 3-picture deal to play Agent Simon Stroud.
Ooh. Is that the wolf? Is Simon
It's
the wolf?
the man wolf. Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
I forget what it is that he's first appearing in, but it's something coming up. So $40.
Little cameo appearance tonight from Doug Wynn.
Evening, Doug.
Oh yeah, the Xbox is for Doug, not for John Eisen. I misspoke earlier. But
Yes, Doug. I told them the story of my mistake.
yes.
Static. We talked about the other milestone book that came out this week. Hardware, yes. We've also got the Polybag Static #1. Still intact.
Culturally just so important.
Hey, more Submariner. This time fighting the Hulk above an island, undisclosed island.
On a battle cruiser.
It's not a battle cruiser. It's an island.
Long.
It's just skinny. $45, graded roughly at a 5.
So is Hulk jumping?
The Hulk is jumping.
Okay, good. God, can you imagine a flying Hulk?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I can. Power of Warlock #1. I think we still have a couple Warlocks coming up later. $50.
What's this one?
Oh, this shoulder's doing okay.
The other one.
This shoulder's doing okay, although this is the one that has a long-term damage to it.
Sure.
This shoulder is doing okay, but it was killing me last night, which is why I'm doing a lot of left arm. How about some Amazing Spider-Man? #149, first appearance of Ben Reilly, and the origin and the death of the Jackal.
Easy come, easy go.
Yeah. Let's see.
Oh my god. Who was that? Who played Ben Reilly? No, I'm thinking.
Okay. Okay.
Great.
The last thing I'm going to put up on this rack is Avengers #129 for $45. There isn't anything notably key about this book, but it is an iconic Kang cover.
Yeah.
And I have 2 of them. Hi, Eric.
Eric is watching. Hello.
Iconic Kang cover.
Do you think we're going to see the iconic costume and blue face?
I do.
You do?
I do. I think it's going to be like his time travel suit, and then like you'll push a button and his face will be revealed.
So they'll make it, they'll serious it up.
Yeah. Maybe. Who knows? I don't.
There's some good old books there. As we're on this for a second, casting news.
Casting news
Super excited.
about fishing.
Ooh,
Casting.
Yikes. Are you fishing for a good punchline? I didn't see that.
Yes, yeah. You stop while you're ahead.
Idris Elba.
Oh yeah.
Knuckles the Echidna. Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I'm about it.
Sure.
He can't do much wrong.
Well, he is a DJ, and I kind of can't stand DJs. I love Idris Elba. I hate DJs. Turn the volume down so I can have a conversation.
The volume, you grandfather, you old man.
I just want to talk to the people I'm with. That's all.
I'm looking forward to that. It's gonna be great.
I enjoyed the first movie. I'm not overly familiar with Knuckles. I only played the first video game, the first Sonic on Genesis.
Well, he's generally considered like much cooler
Oh,
because he's kind of like a badass rebel.
who's
Yeah.
cooler than Ben Schwartz?
Idris Elba.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
Taking over like voice acting for that from long-term Knuckles voice actor Travis Willingham, who has done a very good job in games and the Sonic cartoon. Yeah,
I'm happy you're excited about that.
thank you. I know.
Do you think they're waiting to see how well Suicide Squad did? They're like, I don't know.
I don't know if we can
Should we
gamble
get
on this
Idris?
guy.
I mean,
Well, I mean, speaking about how well Suicide Squad is done, it is not.
yes.
It's done very poorly. I think I saw like 23 mil.
It was in the high 20s, but they wanted 35,
Well,
and that's like not accounting for HBO
which
views.
has got to be tons and tons and tons of views.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched it twice already,
Mm-hmm.
and you haven't finished it yet.
No. I've watched 95% of it.
It's the most fun movie in a long time, and she's like, meh. Meh.
I'm not in love with it.
It's a James Gunn movie. Either you love it or you don't.
I love James Gunn. Well,
Yeah, I'm sure you've seen Romeo and Juliet many times, and Slither,
no.
and Super,
I've seen Super.
and there's another one I'm missing.
Did you do the specials?
No.
No.
That was a completely different. Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move. Hold on. John Eidson will like Wolverine 10 and Daredevil
Oh.
just to get us to stop talking. I assume.
Wolverine 10 and Daredevil.
Yeah, Eric says
There we
20,
go.
20 mils is solid for the pandemic. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't really been paying attention too much to cost trends and such.
Just gonna leave those guys up there.
Let's do that.
Let's see. I'm only gonna do the top row, and then we're gonna come back over here.
Okay. Whatever you want to do.
Okay. So we've got Tales to Astonish, number 60. The first Hulk ongoing in Tales to Astonish. We've got Amazing Spider-Man, number 96, the first of the drug trilogy.
Drugs. And also not approved by the
Not approved by
Comics
the
Code
Comics
Authority.
Code. Stan Lee was being a bad boy. We've got Daredevil number 158. Super important Daredevil book. The first Frank Miller doing art
Mhm.
for Daredevil. Just a few issues later, he'll take over writing as well. The fun thing about this particular issue, this particular copy, is that it wasn't cut correctly. And if you look right up here, right here, at first I thought this was a discoloration. That's just the edge of the paper that should have been cut off.
Huh. Oh, okay.
On a regular copy, this is the more of this cross is cut off, and then
It takes a keen eye.
you can tell because on a normal copy, this is boxed off. You get more of the background behind it, and then Frank Miller's name is right behind the barcode on this tombstone, which is wrapped around. So this is, I always find it fun to find these that aren't like all the others. I hope I explained that accurately.
No, I understood, and you know how hard things are for me sometimes. Yeah, put it in there.
Here we've got Miss Marvel #1, her first solo issue. Very exciting.
One of many, many, many costumes.
She went through a few. $55.
Can you put this on the Daredevil? The pink with the skinny marker is impossible to read.
We've got 2 copies of New Gods #2. That's not right.
That's not right. It possibly need to be repriced.
All right. Well, we'll say this one's 75. We'll say this one's 65.
Look at that flash sale.
Flash sale. It's the second full appearance of Darkseid. Definitely an important book to have. And lastly, for what I'm doing over here, we've got Mr. Miracle #1 out of 5 for $110. There is this sticker on here from a previous store on the cover. I'm not going to try to get it off. If you want to buy it and try, feel free.
Or use that. What did we find out it was?
I don't remember. That was so long ago.
It was very long ago. More casting news. Margot Robbie is in the new Wes Anderson flick.
Mm-hmm.
With,
Again, he was just waiting to see how bad Suicide Squad did.
yeah. Mm-hmm. But so that's going to be Bill Murray, Tilda Swinton, and Adrian Brody, and Tom Hanks.
Oh, that's fun.
That's his first time in a Wes Anderson.
He's a nice addition to the crew.
Mm-hmm. So, more casting news. Come here for all the hot goss. I don't know. Is there any other big announcements? I'm trying to think.
I don't know. I've been at work for the past 24 hours.
Sir.
I'm sorry. I've been in this building for the past 24 hours.
Again, no. I will tell you though, like I wasn't really that into it, but the more I'm hearing about Free Guy, I kind of really want to see it.
Well, I think it looks very fun.
Yeah, I read something today about like how they were able to reference so many properties.
Yeah.
Because and this is one of the last productions under Fox.
Under 20th Century Fox.
Mm-hmm.
And now it is just Fox.
But it's like a cute little animated
Or
one.
it's 20th Century Studios. That's what it is. There's no more Fox. It's 20th Century Studios.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's the more I'm hearing about it, it looks pretty good.
I think it looks fun, like I said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's
You can't go wrong when Ryan Reynolds and Taika Waititi are in a movie together.
mm-hmm.
Green Lantern.
Wow. Oh yeah, and Taika Waititi's doing that new Reservoir Land. I want to see. I think that's what it is. I don't know. There's so much. I say this every week. There's just so much media to consume.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go watch Downton Abbey again. It's new things are scary.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's look at some new things.
No.
Tales to Astonish, number 57. Out of 4 for 90 to. Do you want to say dollars or bucks? 90 somethings.
Smackaroonies. Say it.
No. Do.
You're gonna show all of them.
I am. Or am I?
You better. How's that?
All right. How about more Warlock? Marvel Premiere number 1 out of 4 for 125.
Mm-hmm.
Again, coming soon to a Guardians of the Galaxy near you.
125 clans. This is gonna be my thing for the rest of the night.
I figured as much.
Thank you.
Dark Knight Returns, number 1, first printing, excellent condition. Doesn't look like it's ever been read. $125.
That is nice. That is in very, very good condition.
One of the genre-defining books of the 80s. Ooh, this is a good one. This is actually a rare one because nobody ordered it 20 years ago. There's only so many of them out in the wild. This is the second one we've come across since we started doing the live sales, and coincidentally, rumors of this character showing up in the cinematic universe. Bloodstone number 1. First appearance of Elsa Bloodstone, daughter of Ulysses Bloodstone, famous Marvel monster hunter. So she is most likely going to show up in maybe Morbius or maybe
right.
Blade or maybe Ghost Rider or Manwolf.
Manwolf.
Who knows? We'll see.
She's going to be the thread that ties them all together.
A year ago, this was a $3 book.
Wow. That's insane.
Like a year ago, nobody cared.
After we have Morbius and Blade and Manwolf and all of this stuff, I want them to do like a revamped League of Extraordinary Gentlemen kind of a thing. That'd be great.
So what you want is Spirits of Vengeance.
No, I don't want it. I don't want it. Don't reference it.
Here.
Don't show our audience.
Here. Spirits of Vengeance. Team up of Ghost Rider, Blade, other people, Morbius, the Night Stalkers, which features Ryan Reynolds in Blade 3. I forget his name in that character.
Cannibal King.
Yes. How many times have you watched that movie? Too many? Because it's terrible.
Like 15 or 16 times.
For Patton Oswalt.
Yep. Not at all for the shirtless Ryan Reynolds scene.
The Triple H.
Yeah. And then the little chihuahua that goes,
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
How many times have you seen the first two?
Like once.
I knew the answer. I didn't want to believe it.
Yay.
Quality garbage.
That sounds like Rose.
All right.
We're very good.
This book has jumped up. Tales to Astonish number 62, the first cameo of the Leader.
Ooh.
The Leader is showing up in She-Hulk and most likely in other Marvel programs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
God, I can't wait
Very
for She-Hulk.
excited.
I
I
cannot
know.
wait for She-Hulk. It's going to be awesome.
But you have to.
Oh, yeah. Do we have a date on that one?
Nope. Next year. It'd be a good summer show. I know they got a couple left. What time is it?
8:03. We got.
All right. If we run out of things to show, you can just tell us about Blade 3.
I just lit up. I was like,
You know, you've heard all the the stories, behind the scenes stories.
absolutely. Like, there's a scene that they CGI'd where they had to make his eyes opening.
Yes.
Because he refused to open his. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, Miss Marvel number 16. the first cameo appearance of Mystique for 145. First cameo of Mystique. Mystique and Miss Marvel will go on to have a complicated ship. It's not friendship, it's not relationship.
I mean, everything's a relationship.
In relation to things, yes. So, very, very important. Working my way up the value scale. Just came across this one. I was very, very super excited to see this one. And then disappointed,
No,
but then excited.
was it Action Comics or what?
No, it's Green Lantern number 59. First appearance of Guy Gardner. The first appearance of Guy Gardner. Right there, being a jerk.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, oh no, I don't know if you can see it here. That top corner is like meh.
Oh yeah, it's all crunkled.
And then I went to go through it, and the center 2 pages are loose. Overall, it's not in bad condition. But I was hoping for more of a 5, which would put this in like the $400 range. But I settled for a 3 for $150. First appearance of Guy Gardner, going to be on the HBO Green Lantern show. Get off this earth, Hal Jordan.
Yeah. I want a punk.
We're going to stay in DC.
Like, he was such a jerk. How could he, like, how was he good enough to wield the lantern? The ring.
Well, it's willpower. You have to
Okay.
be strong of will.
Yeah.
It's not.
Good.
Yeah, it's not a matter of being just. It's a matter of will. Being fearless. Batman number 169. Very excited to see this one too. The second appearance of the Penguin in the Silver Age.
That would have been a cool double feature for the book
With the Riddler, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been real cool.
Mm-hmm.
They even look very similar
Mhm.
cover-wise.
Yep. This is in surprisingly good shape. I got it at a 7. This book is from 1964, 5, somewhere in there. Normally, when I find books from that age, like they're this.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So this is amazing. This is fantastic. If this makes it a couple rounds on the show, I'm probably send it off to get graded.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, who doesn't want to have the second Silver Age appearance of Colin Farrell?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot
Why'd you
about
make that face? I'm excited.
Because my first thought when I thought comic book and
Colin Farrell was Daredevil?
yes, which I also really love.
Of course you do. You just dance around to that soundtrack, don't you?
Come on, he has the sensory deprivation
Uh-huh.
bath
Yeah.
and everything.
And he folds his money. And okay, this I've got 3 copies of the same book. It's one of the more popular books. At a 7 for $250, I've got Amazing Spider-Man 361, first full appearance of Carnage. I almost said appearance.
Yeah.
Maybe I did. I don't know.
Woof.
$250.
And that looks like in pretty decent shape.
Overall, it's in really good shape. There's a little bend here by the staple, and there's a full color break crease right up here in the corner. But then, why have that when you can pay an extra
Math.
$25 for an 8? Oh, that's right. That's why I was confused on the pricing on that. This is a newsstand edition, which, as Rose and I were discussing earlier, newsstand editions tend to be a little more rare, especially in the case of this book, this is a book where there's a notable price difference based on the newsstand versus direct copy.
Okay.
Because the newsstand just dealt with more wear and tear,
Sure.
and then when they got sent back, they were ripped up and destroyed. So there's less high-end newsstand copies.
So you got newsstand at a 7 for $250.
Yes.
If you had that 8 at newsstand, it would be much more than $275.
Newsstand 8, I would probably have that close to a $350.
Mm-hmm.
But we've got the direct market. I keep doing that with the little image in the box there. That implies that it was mailed directly to somebody's home. We got that for $275. But wait, there's more.
Yes.
I also have at a 9 a direct copy for $325.
Craziness. That looks gorgeous. That looks absolutely gorgeous. Spidey 149. Where we got that? Is that the one up top there?
It is.
Joe Isaac, hello. Haven't heard from you in a bit. 149. We've got that at 55. First and death of the Jackal.
The Jackal, yes.
But more importantly, first appearance of Ben Reilly.
Yes.
Which, who knew how important he would become to Spider-Man history?
Who knew indeed?
Probably the creators.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, honestly, fair. Is that all the books?
That's all the books that I've prepared specifically for today.
Okay.
I do, of course, have other books that we showed last night. I have
Mhm.
other books that we've just showed in the past.
Cool.
Yeah.
So in Blade Trinity, you've got Wesley Snipes' Blade. You've got Jessica Biel as Abigail Whistler, who is Whistler's daughter. Whistler, of course, being Chris Christopherson.
Is it his daughter?
Yes. You've got Hannibal King, played by Ryan Reynolds, who is a human who used to be a vampire, and he was sired by Danica Talos, played by Parker Posey, who is just phenomenal in that role. She
always is.
eats that. Then the whole plot revolves around awakening Dracula. He goes by Drake because it's modern day. And let's see, he's played by Dominic Purcell. There's John Michael Higgins is in it too. Of course, you have Patton Oswalt, Natasha Lyonne's in it. They play like a group of rebels working on a cure for vampirism. Oh, I love that movie so much. Triple H,
Yes.
Vampire Dogs. There's just a lot. There's just a lot going on with it. It's so very bad. Impossible archery skills. Really cool slow-mo like scenes where they're all getting like ready to kick some butt, and they're all prepping and like putting knives and stuff. Oh, love it.
Saw it once in the theater
Mm-hmm.
and was offended. I've got a nice double feature of Amazing Spider-Mans. I've got
Spider-Mans?
Amazing Spider-Man number 54, $45. And if you notice, we've got Doc Ock, we've got Aunt May, and I have a feeling she fainted because she was so in love. Dun dun dun. We've got Amazing Spider-Man 131 for $25.
Mm-hmm.
And this is one of the books with stamps, and the stamp is intact.
The stand is intact.
I came across 2 books today while going through them, that had the stamps cut out, and I was very, very sad.
A couple questions. David Vega, how often are you guys live? I had no idea. Guess what? We're live every Wednesday. We try to be. And we
Try
weren't
to
last week because we were exhausted from Comic-Con. But yeah, we're live every Wednesday on our channel, 7 p.m.
On our Facebook.
Mm-hmm. And then Saturday mornings, we're on the comic book shopping.
Every week, except for this upcoming week and this past week.
You know, except for those. And then I'm actually on vacation in a couple of
Oh.
weeks after that, so good luck.
We'll figure that out.
But yeah, that's at 11 a.m.
11 a.m. On the Comic Book Shopping Networks, through the Facebook page.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
So yeah, that's when we're live.
Mm-hmm.
And then randomly last night.
Yeah.
Because there was an open slot on CBSN and we snagged it. So yeah, that's when we're on. Tim Hirschberger, is that Mr. Miracle 1, the one with a sticker on the cover?
Yes.
It is. It's painful, but yeah.
Yeah. It's right up there. 20-cent sticker. I can never.
No, it looks good.
Overall, the book's in pretty good shape. If it wasn't for this sticker, I'd probably have it at a 6.
I mean, it doesn't ruin the image. Like, it's just kind of hidden away up there, but yeah.
I mean,
It's
it
a
blends
shame.
in with all the other.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. I mean, there's a lot of dialogue. There's lots of introductions to characters to say.
A lot of words.
Words, lots words.
I got another Spider-Man here for $45, and now Quicksilver, spinning around, punching old Spidey. $45. Punch, punch, punch.
Punch, punch, punch.
And then we've got Avengers 162, graded at an 8 for $60. The first appearance of Jocasta, which is essentially Ultron's Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah. Pretty important in the Ultimates. Ultimates 2? I don't remember.
Oh, Rose's favorite. We've got the Cat #1.
Hey! Super
Which is-
awesome.
Seriously, this is just the 60s Catwoman costume, just yellow and blue. Or black, whatever it's intended to be.
I no argument from me, but yeah, she's rad. Came out at the same time as Shannon the She-Devil and Night Nurse, 1971. She was cool.
But she's not anymore.
Well, she's not the cat anymore. She, just as Tim Hirschberger just said, the cat became Tigra or Tiger. Tiger. I can't recall. But still, look at her. And yeah, I can look at that and imagine Eartha Kitt, but sure.
Justice League of America #107, the first appearance of the Freedom Fighters.
It's like tug of war with the planet. It's a metaphor.
You've got Uncle Sam. You've got the other ones.
And they're all busting out of Chicago?
Mm-hmm.
Looks like.
It's a metaphor.
Yeah. Some of us have to leave to Chicago to grow, as Superman just did.
Yeah. $20 for that.
I left Chicago and I found myself here. So not everybody grows.
Well, you know, we're Earth 2.6.
God, I can't believe I'm gonna read Spirits of Vengeance. I hate it.
Don't read it
I'm
then.
gonna read it.
Don't.
I'm gonna.
Well, this is part 2.
You made it sound so cool.
See, this is part 2 of the Spirits of Vengeance, of the Rise of the Midnight Suns.
You just grabbed it.
Yeah.
It's not like we don't have a million
Well,
copies everywhere.
Well, this is Spirits of Vengeance 1, but the Midnight Suns, this is part 2. You have to read part 1, but part 1 is in Ghost Rider 29, which is now going for like $60 or so.
I'll have to buy it.
Because there's a lot of speculation that the Midnight Suns are going to show up. That's going to be the team movie for the Supernatural people. Yep. Marvel 2-in-1 number 1, The Thing and Man-Thing together at last. $55 for a couple of things.
You had interesting speculation on who you thought would win that fight.
Oh, yeah. It's not speculation.
Well, not speculation, but like your reasoning behind it was.
Well, yeah. Man-Thing is a nexus point. Like, he's a nexus of all things, or whatever they call him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's basically eternal.
Yeah, but Ben Grimm's he's a living rock. So
Well, if you're up to date on your Hulk, the Thing fights, you would see that the Hulk bashed through some rock and there's fleshiness underneath.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's pretty gross. It's beautiful.
Spongy interior.
It's like a raw scab.
Oh God!
Underneath.
Okay, I get it.
Everybody should read Immortal Hulk. It's great.
Or at least just look at the covers.
Marvel Team Up number 95, the first appearance of Mockingbird.
Who was writing Immortal Hulk?
Al Ewing.
It was Al Ewing.
Who is now writing The Defenders.
Yeah, I was going to say it was Al Ewing.
As well as something else. Oh, Gamma Flight, which is just a spin-off of Immortal Hulk, which is ending with the next issue.
How much worse is it than Alpha Flight?
Well, they're all Gamma people.
I do know that. Split the book up.
Avengers Special, which is Avengers Annual number 5. This is the first U.S. reprint of Avengers number 8, which is the first appearance of Kang. Rose asked me, why is it the first U.S. reprint? Because it was reprinted elsewhere, that's why. I believe the U.K. This was about the time that Marvel was trying to make headway into the British comic scene.
I don't know if Joe Isaac is still watching. I just saw his comment. Yes, that's fine. I'll take that ASM.
Which one?
Jackal. Okay.
Not Ben Reilly, but Jackal. Not the character who you even went on to say has been such a part of the universe, but the Jackal.
Yeah. Did you know which one I was talking about?
Nope.
Okay.
I had to look for it. Marvel Chillers number 1, featuring Modred the Mystic. $40. This is the first appearance of Modred, and it is the first appearance of a being known as the Other, which is later revealed to be Chthon, the author of the Darkhold, which is kind of important in the cinematic universe right now.
Also not scary as Chthon, though. I think not as scary as Chthon.
Chthon?
Yeah.
Who's Chthon?
Yeah, Lovecraft?
Cthulhu.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh. I don't understand your jokes. I don't get you.
That's fair. I'm just gonna make my own show.
All right. I think this is going to be the last one for the night. Giant Size Fantastic Four number 4 for $35. The first appearance of Jamie Madrox, the Multiple Man. This would be rated higher because it's in pretty good shape, but there's a little tear right across the top, and somebody held that sliver in place with a piece of tape right on the interior. I think the value would probably be graded higher if they just let that sliver go. All right. Rose is confused.
No, I'm not confused. I think we're talking about the same person.
What?
Thon.
Yeah, Chthon. CH makes ch with a T. Chthon.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
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 Probably all the dots. We're down here. Yeah. We're there. We're there.
Not Cthulhu.
No, not Cthulhu. I mean, heavily influenced, sure,
Yes.
but not.
As everything has been. Like my prayers
Mm.
to the Dark Ones.
And the King in Yellow. Weird. Anything else? I just flipped over there.
Yeah. I know that you frequently say that you don't listen, but I did say that was my last book.
Yes, I did. I did listen to that part. I like paying attention to when the show's gonna be over.
So, as usual, let us know if you have any questions. You can reach us at DS Live if you decide you want something. If you just want to make fun of Rose, feel free.
I am the only person who checks and responds to that account.
Yep.
So whenever you're talking to DS Live, you are talking to me.
Chat up Blade 3.
Chat up Blade 3 with me. I believe there were not any plot holes or anything
No.
to discuss.
Sure.
John, I will do that. So please can I have that war journal?
That involves standing up.
Oh, bud.
Ugh. There we go.
Thank you. God, Wolverine looks mad.
Never.
Oh, that is cool. Like I was going through a shirt.
Yeah. It's a really, really good cover. War Journal had a lot of really good covers. I think it's underappreciated.
Well, now it's John Eidson's really cool cover.
Get out of the way.
But yeah, Daredevil also very solid. I could quote many parts of that movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure you could.
mhm. Yeah, Chuck David Peanut. The Dark Game, and he's got like the hoodie.
Uh-huh.
He's like,
Yeah.
the beanie. He's like,
Uh-huh.
carved with bullseye in his
Yeah.
head. Super weird. Michael Clark Duncan, amazing.
He was great.
He was great.
That was a very, very good casting.
Super weird fight with Daredevil and Elektra in the playground where
Yeah.
physics don't work.
See, you like to point out the things that are wrong with it and then claim that that's why you like it?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think that's why we're friends.
probably.
Mm-hmm. I like bad movies. John, that's $30. The Cap Punisher. What were you gonna say?
Wow.
Wow, it's up there by the way.
Yep. Tomorrow is going to be a full day of me prepping for Free Comic Book Day, organizing the free books, getting stuff set up. So it's going to be fun. Saturday will be fun, not tomorrow. Of course, that's all depending on whether or not this storm hits us.
That's very, very true. So yeah, Tropical Storm Fred is on the way. Heck yes, John, you can get a Bunny Mask 2 and 3.
Absolutely.
We will do that. Sure.
Actually, I think I have them right here.
But yeah, Tropical Storm Thread is on the way, so that might completely derail all of our plans.
Does he need number 1?
You did not specify, but I can't remember if he probably got it when it first came out. He's telling us to stay safe, which I appreciate very much. Yeah. It's those kinds of things aren't things that we like really worry about. But yeah.
We still have some. It's a creepy, fun book.
it's not until you get like a 2 or 3 that directly impacts that we really start
Yeah.
kind of worrying.
Yeah. Ones are like, I don't want to drive in this weather.
Which,
Well, just means I can't go anywhere.
yeah. So yeah, it just kind of ruins your day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you have to bring your patio furniture in if you have any.
Yeah.
That's kind of it.
Or clean the garbage off your porch.
Yeah. It kind of might be it.
I think that's it.
A nice little 89 minutes of us chatting.
Yes.
Being dorks.
That's what I do best. Don't forget, next week we're going to get a full review of the whole Midnight Sun saga from Rose.
You know what? Fine. Ooh, Brian Allman lost a covered gazebo one year.
Oh, wow. That
Yikes.
Sucks.
Yikes. I remember there was a bad one that came through a couple of years ago. I had gone to stay with my parents because it was pretty bad. And afterwards, we were driving around because we were out of power for a few days, driving around looking for power and like cell phone signals. And it was just trees and debris everywhere. And there was one business open, Waffle House.
Of course.
Line down the block.
Yes. The saviors of mankind.
See, they're like cockroaches. They'll be here after all of us.
Serving delicious food.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Yeah, we could turn to the Weather Channel, or we could say goodnight.
I think we're going to say goodnight. Thank you guys for joining us, for putting up with us, for listening to us.
Yeah, we love you all. We do this because it's fun.
Again, we won't be doing the show this Saturday, but we will resume next Wednesday and proceed with the following Wednesday or Saturday, Wednesday. Until there's nothing left.
Until we go through all these boxes. Yeah. Until we sell all these books.
Yeah. Yes.
No?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. So,
it's a plan.
Again, if you're local, feel free to visit us on Free Comic Book Day this Saturday. Be responsible, be safe in regards to weather and diseases.
And diseases. Yes, very good.
One specific disease. Other diseases, do whatever you want.
Is that your sign off?
Yeah. Yep.